Guys, welcome back. Hopefully the mic sync issue is fixed now. Apologies for that. We are in the middle of a very interesting series between Virtus and Santa Claus. Let's take it away. We are going into the third game. The underdogs. We play Santa Claus the Sixth Year. I can't keep a straight face whenever I say that name. Are now 2-0 up against the seasoned veterans, Virtus. How can Virtus defend? WePlay won both of their attacking games. No, sorry, they won both of their defending games. Yeah. My mistake. How can they attack? They're using a T-49 again with the 36, the Tier 6 American light tank, and they're using the prominent setup in the competition, which is a whole host of T-54 lightweights.
Looks like Virtus.PRO are basically all T-54 lightweights with one AMX-12T as a scout.
Was that the setup that they used in the first game? Either way, WePlay are going for the same kind of setup. They have a T-49. They're spread out, but this time they're not spread out in a line. Maybe they're waiting for Bulkin to be able to get further south before they're going to do anything. Gosh, look at this peekaboo with a T-49. You want to have that gun depression. As Nigag gets tracked up on the ridge, he didn't use his repair kit. He played it cool, and he pulled back. He's still got his repair kit for later on, something that's very important in the Speerpanzer.
Coca-Cola has taken a hit, but he hasn't lost a lot of health. He's keeps cresting the ridge and getting spotted, as does Breakneck and the other T-54. Oh, it's on down here.
As WePlay breach round the corner and put some massive shots into Breakneck, but now we see the whole glut of tanks at the back and the southwest, slamming shells into them. WePlay are caught behind a building. Look at this crossfire. They even have a tank to the southeast. Coreals putting in control, but they take him out. What a fantastic hit by Beowulf there, taking out one of the very important tanks on the southeastern flank.
And another one, and unbelievably, all three of those T-54 lightweights are still alive despite the crossfire that was being pummeled into them.
So now it's been completely changed again. WePlay seeming to show that they've got amazing accuracy here as they take out tank after tank. However, Virtus pull a kill back on Beowulf, the hero so far of this battle. What can the Speerpanzer do? He is against two T-54 lightweights. I think he is going down. Another T-54 lightweight is in the cap circle, but on very low health. WePlay seem to be melting here against the strength of Virtus.PRO. Can they make a comeback?
It took a long time for them to kill Funny Mushroom. He must have been on 6 health there.
Jingles, the T-49 is still in the game. Oh! Only 253. We react so much.
He demands a refund.
We react so much, but he did, on average, just as much as a lightweight would, but he doesn't have the reload.
Yeah, but the lightweight doesn't take 20 seconds to reload.
Exactly.
Then again, we can't see what module damage did.
This game, Jingles, it's turned around now. WePlay looked like they were struggling, but they're coming right back into this game. Look at this engagement to the southeast. How is it going to go down the T-37? So WePlay, seeing that they're about to lose their southeastern flank, breach over the top of the hill. T-49 is, has he fired? Has he slammed his shot in?
They're going for Bishop. They're not going for Bishop.
No,
they're going for Just Cause.
Gosh, he's reloading. This is awkward. Can he hold him still so his friend can finish him off? Hopefully there isn't a TK.
He's got, oh no.
Oh gosh, a long reload here on the T-49. He is now 1 versus 3. Take it away, T-49. The T-54 has to chase him.
He's got to chase him. He can't let him get away.
He can't let him get away. They're going to have to work together to take him out. It's going to be a T-54 lightweight with a dead drive? No, dead gunner. There's a dead gunner on there. The one on full health
tank's been hit.
Is very inaccurate. Can the T-49 survive for long enough? We've got a very exciting end to this game. Just creative. Can he do it for Santa Claus? Is he going to prove himself the greatest deer? Is he the real deer in the T-49, Jingles? We're about to find out.
Come on.
Remember here that WePlay are attacking, so that means the T-49 has to attack as well. He has to one-shot this T-54. The T-50 misses. It's it. That's it. He's going to go in and finish him off.
Oh,
he had everything invested in that one shell. Everything invested in that 152mm slug that he fired towards the enemy tank. It whiffed, and so the T-54 lightweight was able to dominate him.
So, Virtus.PRO. Out time.
So it's 2-1 now.
That's right.
We're seeing that again. The defending team seems to have the advantage on Muravanka.
You can't discount Virtus.PRO though. They are a really, really strong team. I mean, we were saying that they've never placed lower than 3rd in the last 5 seasons of the Wargaming League.
Exactly. We were looking up at the history.
Yeah. And I mean, then again, Santa Claus and the 6 Reindeers, as the wildcard team, the only
Their claim to fame for We Play Santa Claus and the Six Deers is that they were Season 3 RU second place.
That's right.
When we compare that to Virtus, they've been in every season, as Jingles pointed out. Also, we must remember that last year they finished second in the Grand Finals. A team with so much heritage. The fact that they went down 2-0 in the first two games, there must have been a lot of fans out there, especially rooting for one of the EU region teams. So they were going to have an absolute mare here, but at least they've made a comeback now. It's 2-1, it's nice and balanced. I think we've got a real good series on our hands.
It's not like they're going to be sitting where they have to win the next 5 games or they're going home. No, they managed to pull it back to 2-1. So,
So do you think we're going to see any changes? T49?
Don't know. I mean, it's been close. None of these games have really been a whitewash for one side or the other. I've been seeing some questionable tactic. I mean, I'm sitting here. These guys are far better than I am.
You mean these 3 that we're seeing here in this match?
In this particular match.
In this match, yes.
Yeah. I mean, these guys are obviously far better than I am, but I'm looking at the map and I'm thinking, why are they doing that? Why aren't they concentrating their force? And then obviously, well, they're probing the enemy defences. They want to find out where they all are before they commit. But, you know, it's a great team against a great team. You've got to constantly sitting there trying to second-guess the captains, or obviously sitting there trying to second-guess their own decisions. OK, we've seen 4 of the enemy tanks there. But is that the reserve, or is that their main line of defence? And where are the other 3, and so on and so on? And there's not a lot of time in these games with the new format for you to make your mind up and decide what you're going to go for. Because you've only got 7 minutes to play. And if you make the wrong decision, well,
that's it.
You're 2-0 down after the first 2 games.
So it comes down to the synergy and also the individual skill there. And we saw like a very interesting situation at the end of the game. We had a T49. It was a 1 versus 2.
Yeah.
Just missed that shot. Otherwise, it could have been so very different.
I'm just not feeling it with the T49 today. It has never really scored one of those big hits yet. You may as well be in another T54 lightweight.
So we are moving into our 4th game now. Let's see how this one is going to go out. We still have the T49 and the Speerpanzer along with 4 T54 lightweights on the We Play part of the map.
Yep, and Virtus.PRO's lineup is exactly the same.
So let's see how this one is going to go down. Do you think that We Play are going to pull off the same tactic?
It looks more or less the same. Again, Bulkin in the T37. He's heading out far onto the east.
They love to get into the ridgeline below Coca-Cola where he is now. They love to get into where the G4 area is.
I think I see what Virtus are doing this time. They're pulling everybody right back. They're setting Coca-Cola up as a scout. They're denying We Plays the opportunity to scope out where their entire team is. They're keeping them guessing.
They moved the T49 into exactly the same position. Just creative. You are going to have to start to pull your weight in that American Tier 8 light tank.
But none of them are spotted. So far.
This is true.
It's still, well, okay, where are they? They've got to be around here somewhere.
How is it going? They're all just taking random shots at bushes and corners of buildings to try and flush out their opponents. What they will do is they will watch to see if the tracer disappears to know if they've hit something.
Now here comes the scout in the T37, Bulkin. And he's about to run into Karitz in the AMX-12T.
That is not a tank you want to run into in your light T37 and autoload. If he hits you with every shot, then you're out. But the T49, you know, ever present. What's he going to do? So there's a bit of a stalemate here, a lull in the game.
It's kind of...
The first hit connected there, though. Look, Bulkin's takes
being
a
forced
shot.
to fall back. It's kind of working like the previous match did, but I don't think they're going to take the bait and go after Coca-Cola the same way they tried last time. Didn't work out too well for them.
I personally want to see what Snigash is going to do along the western flank. Here, he is in his Speerpanzer, remember. He has gun depression, Jingles. None of his buddies have gun depression apart from the T49.
Come on, get some spotting done. Let him put that gun to work.
He can get some side shots out, and we see now that Breakneck has to fall back from his flank. He has to fall back around the corner because of the pressure that the Speerpanzer is putting up from the west. Still, a lot of firing here and
not a lot of hitting.
Clean connections.
Less than 4.5 minutes of the game remaining. I love this new format. You cannot afford to sit around and wait for too long. You've got to make a decision. And it could be the right decision, could be the wrong decision, as long as you all make the decision together.
Just Creative is he's just swinging and hoping for it right now. Are Virtus planning to do a counter-attack out the west, or are they just using that lovely dip? Do you see that cluster of tanks at the GH1 location? There's a fantastic dip out there that you can use to go hull down to obliterate your opponents. And it seems like the only thing that's stopping them from dominating that flank route now is the Speerpanzer holding the 1D area.
Still, nobody's taking any hits. They're all shooting at each other.
They're just getting a feel from each other. Remember, Jingles, that we were talking about how like the defensive position? I still think it's a massive advantage to defend, even though the teams might not have been showing that so far. All that Virtus have to do is to wait.
Yep.
In 3 minutes and 30 seconds, we might be about to see the first wait-out victory of the tournament so far.
Santa Claus is going to have to commit to one flag. Again, they're still spread out all across the map. Bulkin in the T-37 is trying to make another spotting run.
Another big hit onto Bulkin, though, in the T-37 means that he only has one shot left. And Coca-Cola now has a dead driver.
Not again.
Is it the same guy?
Was it Coca-Cola? No, it was Santa.
Just Cause, I
Just
think.
Cause was the last game.
Yes, Just Cause.
Bulkin keeps trying to sneak around and get into that cap circle to put some pressure on Virtus.PRO, but Karit's there in the AMX-12T is just locking him down every time he pops out.
And Snagach finally finds a position where he's starting to put some pressure up. It's still neck and neck as far as the health points goes, but I feel like what is going to happen is
that was a big hit.
WePlay are going to have to be more aggressive here as the game gets closer towards the inevitable loss for the attacking team when the countdown finishes.
2.5 minutes left.
Can they get above them? Can that T-49 change the outcome with a big hit?
At the moment, they only know where, well, one. They only have one of Virtus.PRO lit up. It's Just Cause, though, at the back.
They're still hoping that mistakes will be made.
See, Breakneck is starting to... He's getting so close now, they're proxy spotting him, but he and Just Cause are the only two that they actually have definite locations on.
All these T-54 lightweights are very heavily armoured, and so it's no surprise that the game is taking as long as it is.
Less than 2 minutes to go. They're going to have to pick a spot and go for it. They're going to have to mass everybody.
And every once in a while, we hear Just Creative try and have a roar in his T-49, which doesn't quite work out for him.
The KV-2 that goes at 70 kilometers per hour.
What can Bulkin do on the eastern flank, though? He's just providing spots for his team. Okay, it looks like they are committing. Here
They're
they
doing
go.
It. They're going for
Here
it.
goes Just Creative.
They've got to focus their
Can
fire.
he connect his shot?
Oh, that was... Come on, finish him off, finish him off, finish him off. Don't let him survive. Don't let him survive. You've got to finish him off.
A dead driver on
Coca-Cola's
Coca-Cola
gone.
is out the game, and Virtus are still in the lead by hit points. By quite a margin. They're still 1,000. Make that 1,500 up. Gosh, it's just ticking more and more as Virtus.
Look at the battery. Oh, he's on fire.
On fire.
He's on... Oh, he didn't need to take that hit in the bargain. He's getting some support and fire from the side. But, oh, here comes Bishop. Bishop punched his clock.
And that is looking like the game is probably going to wrap up for Virtus.PRO.
Yeah.
So
The only thing that they can do now is run away and hide, and they've... Well, too
they've
late.
been evaporated with a minute left on the clock.
And that's why you can't discount Virtus.PRO. I mean, it was looking pretty bad. They lost their first 2 games, but that's why they haven't finished less than 3rd in the last 5 championships. They're a good team.
So Muravanka, all 4 defensive.
It's been won by the defending team. And now we have a change of map.
So yeah, we will be going on to a different map now, and it's neck and neck. It's looking like this is going to be a very exciting series on the next map. Will an attacking team finally win in this match?
It'd be nice to see, because I think that's going to be what breaks the back of the game here. That's going to be the decider. It's like a penalty shootout in the World Cup final. It's whoever saves the first shot is going to be the one that wins. You know?
Maybe they can have the momentum.
Yeah.
It's unusual, though, because until this point of today, we haven't seen a defensive domination. Even when we've seen Muravanka being played by the teams.
That's true.
Whereas now, this was definitely a domination for the defense. The games were close, but they weren't neck and neck, really. Apart from one where the T-49 had to try and kill 2 people, but even then, it wasn't that neck and neck.
No, it hasn't been really that close. I think what I've been noticing overall when I've been watching the games here is that when things go wrong for one team, they go wrong very, very quickly indeed.
Yes.
And if you don't pay attention, you'll miss it, because it's just, oh no, suddenly we're 2 tanks down, and then 30 seconds later, you've lost.
It's gone, yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing with the 7-player game mode.
Right.
In a random game, it's completely different. In this, it's just on a knife edge. The way that it goes, is it going to go to the left or is it going to go to the right?
Yeah.
So I've just heard that the next map is going to be Cliff.
Oh, we might see some heavy tanks.
We might see some light tanks trying to fight for the lighthouse. So Jingles, where are your favorite positions to go on Cliff?
Well, I like going up to the top of the lighthouse, but I usually get killed up there because I'm not very good. Also, the ridge at the bottom of the lighthouse is generally a medium tanks. I tend to find myself there more often than not. Anything with good gun depression, poking the ridge over there. Tank destroyers on this map? Well, in this kind of format, it's completely different because there are only 7 tanks on each team. It's completely not like playing a random battle. I'd like to see, because I haven't actually seen any heavy tank games so far tonight.
Himmelsdorf for that.
Yeah, Himmelsdorf.
We'll
Although there were a couple of heavy tanks in one of the Ruinberg games that I watched, but still mostly dominated by the light tanks.
That's true. With these big open maps, Moravanka's a very big open map.
I haven't seen any artillery today.
Lead mobility. There was an artillery picked by, believe it, Na'Vi, I think.
Really?
Na'Vi picked artillery when they were attacking in the first couple of games on Moravanka.
Wow.
And so Arete countered that by rushing into them. Actually, it wasn't Arete, sorry. It was a different team. CL Gaming?
EL Gaming?
EL
Or the
Gaming.
Chinese teams?
That was it, yes, that was exactly it. So, what we're going to see here on Cliff?
Well, I'd like to see some T-32s.
Hopefully, we'll see some strong American tanks.
And some IS-3s slugging it out. That's what I want to see.
Both cap circles seem to be really open on this map.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you can sneak a cap in unless the enemy team who's defending sort of recklessly invest their team on a completely different flank.
Yeah, I think it doesn't look like the kind of map that you win by capping. I mean, if you're going to win it by capping, then it's going to be get somebody into the cap and then push the rest of the team right in front of him and counter-attack to hold them back and deny them shots at him.
That's true.
But at this kind of level, with the kind of opposition that you're facing, it's a lot easier said than done.
Earlier we saw Na'Vi put up a defense on this map, which they were able to win. What they did is they just located, the center part.
Yeah.
Then they waited for the enemies to try and surround them, and then they just pushed out on one flank, and they took advantage of the game.
Oh, that's a balls. That's a brave move.
It was. At the time, though, they were 4-0 up.
So they could afford to try something a little adventurous.
They could be a little bit more aggressive. But now this time it's 2-2. I think the teams might be a bit more passive in their play, and they have to be. They can't risk it. It's neck and neck as we're going into
they
this
can't
one.
afford to make a mistake. Unfortunately, being too cautious could be the mistake that they can't afford to make. But you don't want to be that one guy who does the wrong thing and costs you the match, because you just don't want to be that guy. I've been that guy many, many times.
I'm still waiting for a 1v1 at the end of the evening. It'd be good.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
So
Cliff,
we're going into our 5th game on Cliff. Let's see how it goes down. Let's see if an attacking team can put a dent in the defenses.
All right, what do we got? Oh.
So, attacking this time, we have We Play Santa Claus and the 6 Deers. They are using, this time, 2 Walker Bulldogs and a T-49 and 4 T-54 lightweights. Wow! All you American light tank fans out there, you have got to be happy.
Virtus.PRO in defense are using 2 Walker Bulldogs and the rest of T-54 lightweights. So, no heavy tanks, not in this match. Not today, Jingles. Not today.
I feel like the T-49 might be a good pick against, say, like a 3090, but the heavy armor of the T-54 lightweight, I'm just wondering if they're trying to... Just Creative in his T-49, trying to get a side shot in.
He just hasn't had those shots, has he? The T-54 lightweight has basically got medium tank armor at tier 8.
Some big hits here by Virtus.PRO on Vulcan.
Just Cause has taken some hits there as well.
Yes. Oh, finally a big hit. 800,
there it is.
1,000, 1,100. It's a one-shot, Just Creative. One-shots, Coca-Cola. What a fantastic result there.
Don't worry, I'm sure it'll polish out.
Good night. That was a T-54 lightweight there.
They're just getting stuck right in. Look at that.
It's like that's what they needed. They needed the T-49. Now we've got them, guys. Let's go in. A dead commander on breakneck as they push.
Focus them down. The Bishop's out. They've only got 3 tanks left.
Push over.
Wow.
What a hit. We were asking, can the attacking team win? Well, looks like they can on Cliff, doesn't it?
Wow, man, this is just, it's brutal. They're just taking no prisoners.
Just Creative must be saying, hey guys, just let me reload. No problem. He gets another kill. I think that was 500 damage.
It looks like Karitz had the chance to kill Colossoid and it bounced. Oh.
I tell you what, he's just trying to prove us wrong.
That's 2 minutes.
Was just.
Dead.
We were questioning the fidelity of the T49 pick.
Yeah, he must have heard us.
1 minute later, he
we'll
was
show
like,
it.
okay, I've just been playing with you guys. Let's do this.
There you go. 1,088 damage.
And it was burns. It created a fire as well.
Yeah, that's right. Set him on fire.
When you penetrate your opponents with such a high caliber shell, it causes massive damage internally to the vehicle. So the resulting fire, a lot of these guys are probably using a repair kit, a med kit, and also a premium consumable. And they will have firefighting skills, I believe. I believe they all have full skills, I believe.
They will have. Yeah.
So they will have firefighting, which will help out. But that fire still ticked, and it ticked until he was dead.